Hello and welcome back to our Lord of the Rings LCG solo progression series, and today's quest is the Nightmare version of Escape from Dol Guldur, which is the third scenario in the course set. A quick reminder, in this series we're playing through each quest in chronological order of the game's initial release, and we'll only be using player cards that were available at the time of this quest release. I'm calling this deck There Is No Victory because I've literally not beat this quest yet. This deck is just a theoretical deck that I think in theory could win. I just don't want to play this 100 times to try to figure out if maybe that's possible. I have made it pretty deep into stage 2 once, but it takes quite a bit of just lucky draws. C-Stan built the one deck, which famously beat all the quests that were out at that time in the game, but it took him 54 attempts to do that with the Escape from Dol Guldur Nightmare. And he had basically a Vilya deck with Éowyn and Arwen, and that's Tactics Éowyn. But it took him 54 attempts, and he had a lot of really powerful cards in his Vilya deck that we just don't have access to. So this lineup, Beorn, Elrond, and Glorfindel, to me is the only one right now that even can do anything. You've got to have Vilya because of the limit of playing one ally around. And then you've got to put in Glorfindel to keep your threat low, and then you hope that Glorfindel is the prisoner. And then Beorn is a must because you might, in the first round, have to deal with 3 enemy attacks. And so, having said that, Magic Flea has posted a deck 6 years prior, so I think 2016 or 17, that used this hero lineup. It is pretty much the same deck. I did want to sort of send a shout out to him because he beat me to this idea by years and years. So this is an original idea to me, but obviously somebody else already had it. His deck is very similar. There's a few small differences, but it's the same idea. So what I'm going to do in this video is I'm actually going to try to beat Escape from Dol Guldur Nightmare, and I'm going to fail. And then I'm going to fire up the regular version, and we'll try this deck against that regular version. Having said that, this deck is not tuned for the regular version. I would change a few cards out if I were trying to beat regular Escape from Dol Guldur, because there are things like Cotton Web that are not included in the Nightmare. Lastly, I want to say There Is No Victory obviously comes from Denethor's quote, "For a little while you may triumph on the field for a day, but against the power that rises there is no victory." And so we will try to triumph at least for a day or a round or two or something like that. Let's get to the quest and see how we do. I'm sure poorly. All right, so we need to mulligan for Vilya. And we got Vilya, so that's the first half of even having a chance. And let's look here at the setup card. It doesn't change anything about Escape from Dol Guldur for solo. It just means that in 3-player, 2 heroes are captured, and 4-player, 3 are captured. So it becomes difficult in 3 and 4-player, not just in solo. So it doesn't change anything really other than just adding the Nightmare cards for the solo version. Okay, so the Necromancer's Tower, the Lady Galadriel of Lorien, has asked you to investigate the area in the vicinity of Dol Guldur. While doing so, one of your allies was ambushed by orcs, captured, and is now held in a dungeon cell. For setup, we search the encounter deck for the 3 objective cards, reveal and place them in the staging area, and then it goes on to tell us to place the Nazgul of Dol Guldur face up, out of play. And then, just because this is the core set and they were just trying to be really friendly with the new players, it tells us to shuffle the encounter deck and attach 1 encounter card to each objective card. That is not an addition to the card that has to be revealed to guard these guarded cards. It's just trying to help the new players. So basically, when you reveal and add a guarded card, you have to then reveal a follow-up card that then guards that card. So we have to reveal 3 cards, and in succession, each one is going to be the guardian of one of these objectives. If it's a treachery, it means we have an unguarded objective. Let's see what we get. It is Crazed Captive, Doomed 1. I hate this guy. And so he'll be guarding Gandalf's map. And then King Spider will guard Shadow Key. And it says when revealed, each player must choose and exhaust 1 character he controls. Will exhaust Glorfindel because we do control him at this point. And then lastly, we reveal Cavern Guardian, Doomed 1. So as you can see, this is where Beorn is a must. All right, so we've done everything for 1A. Here's 1B. When revealed, randomly select one hero card among all the heroes controlled by the players and turn it face down. That hero is now considered a prisoner, cannot be used, cannot be damaged, and does not collect resources until it is rescued. And so we're going to randomly choose a hero. We really want it to be Glorfindel, so we're going to pick a number between 1 and 3. 1 would be Beorn, 2 would be Elrond, 3 would be Glorfindel, and it is Glorfindel. So far, we have a legitimate playthrough here where I've gotten Vilya in a mulligan, and we have actually seen Glorfindel become the prisoner. So, maybe if I miraculously win, assuming I don't make any rules mistakes, we would have a legitimate win, but I'm sure that won't be the case because I haven't even really sniffed victory yet. The players as a group cannot play more than one ally card each round. That's what makes this so hard. And so I can play this round if I want to, Hinnemarth or Envoy, but I can't play both. Now I can use Vilya to put an ally into play and then play an ally. Playing an ally is different than putting one in play. To advance, we need 9 progress, and we have to control an objective card. All right, so resource phase. And again, I'd be tempted to play Envoy, put a resource on Elrond, and then play Hinnemarth, but I can't do that. So what we're going to just do here is play Vilya and attach it to Elrond. Now he has a spirit resource icon that's really important for like Elrond's council. We exhaust Elrond and Vilya to reveal the top card of your deck. You can immediately play or put into play the revealed card for no cost if able. It is Warden of Healing, so not the best first reveal. I'd rather it have been a Gandalf or something like that, but we will quest with Warden of Healing because Warden of Healing can't attack, or we don't want to chump with Warden of Healing. Now, we could get the Necromancer's Reach, but it's a risk we're willing to take because we need our threat to stay as low as possible, so that extra willpower might be clutch in the end. We'll see. And we reveal King Spider. I should have done... Let me go back on that. I forgot about King Spider. So let's just allow me to cheat. So we did not commit Warden of Healing. So when revealed, each player must choose and exhaust one character he controls. We'll exhaust Warden of Healing. Thank you very much. And our threat goes up by 8. Okay, so now we have to deal with 4 enemies. No big deal. Just 4 enemies. But this is why you have to have Beorn. There's no other solution. So King Spider is going to attack for 3. Will defend with Beorn. He does not exhaust 2 to defend. So 2 damage on Beorn. This King Spider attacks for 3 against Beorn's defense of 1. And that's 2 damage. Crazed Captive attacks for 1 against 1. And it says Shadow. Choose and discard 1 attachment you control. Discard objective cards are returned to the staging area. If this attack is undefended, discard all attachments you control. Well, the only attachment I control is Vilya, so we just lost it. So that is a block from Beorn. And then Cavern Guardian attacks for 2, 1 damage on Beorn. So now Beorn is going to attack and destroy this King Spider. And so now we have an unclaimed, unguarded objective. And it's important, guarded has nothing to do with claimed. So there's guarded and unguarded. There's claimed and unclaimed. So unclaimed would simply be, this is unclaimed, this is unclaimed. But if we have it attached to a hero, it is claimed. All right, so we do discard Shadows. This force effect says if Crazed Captive is defeated, raise each player's threat by 7. So we can't ever defeat him unless we want to threat out, which is usually what happens in this quest. All right, so refresh in next round. And obviously we don't have Vilya anymore. So we are going to play Envoy of Pelargir and refund Elrond with her response. And we will quest with Elrond just to get some willpower going. We want to keep our threat low. And we reveal Dungeon Jailer. So we're glad we sent Elrond because forced. If Dungeon Jailer is in the staging area, after the players have just quested unsuccessfully, shuffle 1 unclaimed objective card from the staging area back into the encounter deck. That can ruin your day, but we were not unsuccessful. We made 2 progress. And now we have another enemy engaging us. And Beorn is going to once again defend. for 2 against 1. And attacking enemy gets +3 for each unclaimed objective in play. There's 3 unclaimed objectives. So +3 times 3 is 9, plus his 2 is 11. So he just destroyed Beorn. All right, and so we lost the quest. So, like I said, one time, and I didn't make any rules mistakes. I did make it to stage 2, so it's possible. But we're going to lose anyway, so I'm glad we lost sooner rather than later. So now let's try just the regular old Escape from Dol Guldur and see how we fare with this deck. So we never actually beat Escape from Dol Guldur because we did the whole stupid Brock Iron Fist challenge. Okay, so we want to see Vilya. Let's mulligan. And there's Vilya. And we will do the whole setup thing here where we reveal 2 cards to guard these objectives. And I like to do it like this just so I remember which one, because we might surge into other cards. But this card is going to guard Dungeon Torch, no one revealed. Driven by Shadow, when revealed, each enemy and each location currently in the staging area gets +1 threat until the end of the phase. So you do actually apply this. It's just that the end of the phase would be the resource phase when you're doing setup. So no harm, no foul. And then caught in a web, when revealed, the player with the highest threat level attaches this card to one of his heroes. We want to put this on Glorfindel because we're hoping he becomes a captured prisoner anyway. And so now when we flip the card, we have to select randomly a hero. Let's just see if we can do this legitimately. Picking a number between 1 and 3. Please be 3. It is. All right, cool. So Glorfindel is the captured hero. So again, if we win here, we've got a legitimate situation where I didn't fudge, I didn't choose to capture Glorfindel, and I didn't keep mulliganing until I got Vilya. Okay, so resource phase, and we'll hope for the best. Let's play Vilya. This is going to be blind here. Gandalf, not bad. Let's lower our threat by 5. And we will quest with Gandalf for sure. And reveal Great Forest Web. We made no progress. And then we'll travel to Great Forest Web by exhausting Beorn to do so. The travel effect says each player must exhaust 1 hero to travel here. So we'll do that. Refresh. Gandalf is discarded from play at the end of the round. And we could, grab these with these actions, but we don't want to. We want to wait until we're ready to get these because there's negative effects. Next round. The only thing we have to be careful of is these are in staging, and Jailer, I forget what it's called, but the Jailer could ruin our day if we're not careful. All right. I wish that I could play Unexpected Courage, but I can't. So let's Vilya something. Again, it's going to be unknown what it is. Okay, yeah, we got Unexpected Courage. That's not so bad. Let's ready Elrond, and now we can play 1 ally. We're going to play Envoy of Pelargir. When she enters play, add 1 resource to a Gondor or Noble Hero's resource pool. We'll put it on Elrond. Let's quest with Elrond and with Envoy of Pelargir because I'm worried about that Jailer guy. And then let's play Elrond's Council and lower our threat and boost our willpower. And we're doing that because we control a unique Noldor character, which is Elrond, so we can boost another character for +1. And so I can't use it to boost Elrond. I don't want that Jailer to come out and for us to be unsuccessful and lose an objective. Okay, we reveal Hummer Horns. All right, we made 2 progress and cleared Great Forest Web. So our threat's way below Hummer Horns. That's kind of nice. It's a little bit better than usual. So to travel here, we can do that while Enchanted Stream is the active location. Players cannot draw cards. I don't really mind that so bad for just a little bit because I still could play. I could save up for Gandalf or something, but let's do that. Let's go ahead and change. Let's travel here, and while this is the active location, we cannot draw cards. So let's go here to options and change cards per round to 0. I'm tempted to leave that in staging, but I just think it's better just to get rid of it, just to clear it for sure. Okay, so we are going to refresh, and we're going to leave Hummer Horns right where he is next round. We didn't draw a card, of course, so Vilya is going to put Elrond's Council into play and just lower our threat by 3. And we'll ready Elrond. So it's a little bit of a bummer. Obviously, we don't have a way to play Steward of Gondor. This has to be Vilyad. So we'll need Guldur and Glorian to be able to even play Steward of Gondor. If I were building this deck for just regular Escape from Dol Guldur, I'd do things a little bit differently related to Steward of Gondor, but I need as much willpower as I can put out. I think I'd rather... Let's play Erebor Hammersmith from hand. Now, there's no attachment in our discard pile to grab with Erebor Hammersmith, but let's quest with Erebor Hammersmith and with Elrond. And then we're going to leave Envoy of Pelagir ready, just in case we got like a King Spider or something like that. We reveal Ungoliant Spawn. When revealed, each player or each character currently committed to a quest gets -1 willpower until the end of the phase. That's going to be -2 willpower, and so our threat went up by 2. So if I want to, I can go ahead and engage Ungoliant Spawn. That would attack for 5 against Beorn's 1. But I think I'm going to leave it in staging for now. Our threat's way underneath the engagement, so let's just leave it there. Refresh. Next round, we still can't draw cards because of Enchanted Stream. Let's Vilya something. And it's Ranger Spikes, which we'd gotten that last round. Okay, so we have 3 resources here. Kind of thinking I'm going to save up for Gandalf, I think. So let's quest. And so if Necromancer's Reach comes out, Envoy of Pelagir is dead. But if it's like King Spider, it doesn't matter because we could just exhaust Beorn. I just need to make as much progress as possible. We reveal Caught in a Web. When revealed, the player with the highest threat level attaches this card to one of his heroes. It has to be Elrond because Beorn does not take attachments and we don't control Glorfindel at this point. So he will not ready during the refresh phase. But we did make 1 progress. That's some progress there. And so we'll just leave Ungoliant Spawn right where he is, as well as Hummerhorns, or she is. I don't know if it's probably a she, right? Refresh next round. Oh, wait. It should be that we need to click on Elrond and prevent refresh because of Caught in the Web. He cannot refresh during the refresh action window, or refresh phase, I should say. Okay, so refresh, and he does not refresh, and that's why we're glad we have Unexpected Courage. Okay, so I can play Gandalf here, and I might want to, because I could just destroy Ungoliant Spawn. Ungoliant Spawn could attack Beorn, and we could attack for 5 for... This would be 11 attack. That would be just enough to destroy Ungoliant Spawn and get rid of 3 threat. Or I could just destroy Hummerhorns. But we'll be able to play another Gandalf before we have to worry about Hummerhorns. So let's play Gandalf. Well, we have to ready Elrond. Let's use Vilya to... Okay, we put Envoy of Pelagir into play. She put a resource on Elrond when she entered play. And rather than playing Gandalf, let's go ahead and just put another Unexpected Courage out. So we have both Unexpected Courages on Elrond. That just gives us the ability to make some progress. Again, we do not want to be unsuccessful in the quest in case... let's leave one of these ready. We just need 1 progress to clear Enchanted Stream. I don't want to lose my Envoys of Pelagir. And I'm kind of ready to draw some cards, maybe. Let's take a risk. It might be that we get... why can't I ever remember the name? Necromancer's Reach. I hope not. Okay, it's Dol Guldur Beastmaster. So Ranger Spikes gets him, -2 threat. And we did make 2 progress. 1, 2. So we have cleared this location, and so all objectives are now unclaimed. I don't want to claim them. And so we'll just leave Dol Guldur Beastmaster languishing for the whole game here. So we do need to go to options and change back over to cards per round. Now we can draw cards because Enchanted Stream is out of play. All right, let's refresh. Elrond cannot refresh because of caught in the web. Next round. Let's Vilya something. Well, we'd have to ready Elrond to do that. Okay, it is Galadrim's Greeting, so we lower our threat by 6. And this is probably a good time. Let's go ahead, I guess, and no, wait, we can't because of the Jailer. Let's play Gandalf. And let me see if I damage Ungoliant Spawn directly. Well, let's just get rid of Hummerhorns. Let's do that. So Hummerhorns doesn't go to the victory display. We won't ever have to worry about that forced effect when we deal with him. So 5, 9, 10, 11. Let's just send Erebor Hammersmith on the quest. And we reveal the Necromancer's Reach. So 1 damage to each exhausted character means Elrond and Erebor Hammersmith. And our threat goes up by 2. And now we are going to optionally engage Ungoliant Spawn, who is going to attack for 5 against 1. We're going to defend with Beorn, who does not exhaust to defend, 5 against 1, and no shadow effect. So 4 damage, and now we attack for 5, 9, 10, 11, and we destroy Ungoliant Spawn. We could have even. Oh wait, I forgot to quest with Elrond, so I think that we raised our threat by 2. Yep. So we actually lower our threat by 2 and make 1 progress. I forgot that I had the extra Unexpected Courage. Refresh, Gandalf leaves play at the end of the round. Things are looking good. Next round. Let's ready Elrond and Vilya. Another Galadrim's Greeting. Wow. Our threat. I've never got my threat this low. Okay, I think let's play Bofur. 1, 2, 3. We can use resources from Elrond's pool to pay for allies of any sphere, and so Beorn and Elrond both paid for Bofur. Let's ready Elrond. We'll quest with Elrond and with Bofur and with Erebor Hammersmith. Don't really need to quest with Erebor Hammersmith, but I will quest with Elrond. Okay, we reveal Dol Guldur Orcs. When revealed, the first player chooses 1 character currently committed to a quest, deal 2 damage to that character. We'll put that on Bofur, so he's great for this card. We did make 3 progress, and we will engage Dol Guldur Orcs. He'll attack for 2 against Beorn's 1 defense. Shadow, attacking enemy gets +1, so 2 damage on Beorn. Beorn attacks and destroys Dol Guldur Orcs. Refresh. Next round. Let's ready Elrond and Vilya. Man, we're just getting all this threat reduction, which is nice, but we need some allies. It's a strange playthrough. Okay, let's save up our resources. We have to anyway. Let's quest. Boy, I don't want to quest with Bofur because I don't want to lose him. I don't want to lose Envoy Pelargir either to a... I can't even remember the name. The Necromancer's Reach. There are 3 in the deck. Okay, we reveal Tower Gate. Our threat does not increase. We actually made 2 progress. If I want to travel here, I have to basically discard a card off the top of my deck. I don't want to do that because these are all valuable or could potentially be valuable. So I'll leave it here and we'll refresh. Next round. And wow, I've got another threat reduction here. Let's ready Elrond and Vilya. Cool. Guldur and Glorian. Very good. So we can actually use him now to bring Steward of Gondor into play. That's going to be great for us. So might as well wait if we're going to use him this round for his action. So let's wait just so in case a Necromancer's Reach comes out, we don't lose him. Let's quest with Elrond and with Erebor Hammersmith. And we reveal Necromancer's Pass. Our threat goes up by 1. And now we're not going to travel to either one of these. We're going to use Guldur Inglorian's action. Exhaust Guldur Inglorian to look at the top 3 cards of your deck. Switch one of those cards with a card from your hand. Then return the top 3 cards to the top of your deck in any order. So we'll use his action, look at the top 3, and we have to switch a card with one in our hand. So let's draw into our hand Arwen, and then we'll put Steward of Gondor on, well, not on top. Let's do it this way. So we'll be drawing next round Burning Brand, then we will Vilya Steward of Gondor. That's good, I think. Refresh. Nothing happens at the end of the round at this point. We could grab these. We don't want to yet. Next round. That's ready, Elrond, and we're going to Vilya Steward of Gondor into play. And so now we have a lot of resources now on Elrond. He can pay for allies of any sphere, so we're really set to generally play an ally every round and then Vilya something every round. So we are in a good position. In fact, 1, 2, 3, 4, let's play Northern Tracker, and that way we can get rid of Tower Gate and be one round away from exploring Necromancer's Pass as well. So that's the one ally we can play this round. Let's see, what do I want to do? I want to quest with Northern Tracker, and so this leaves play. And I want to go ahead and quest with Elrond and with Erebor Hammersmith. I think I want to keep using Guldur for now to help us out. I just would hate to waste a round where we get Vilya'd. So let's do that, I think. We'll reveal Tower Gate. We made no progress. Let's use Guldur's action to look at the top 3. And I think we want to draw this, and then Vilya, Northern Tracker. Yeah, that's good. Wait, I didn't switch a card. I have to do that. Okay, so looking at the top 3. Or again, his action says look at the top 3, switch one of those cards with a card from your hand. That's not optional. Then return the top 3 cards to the top of your deck. So we're going to pull into our hand Envoy of Pelargir, and then we are going to put back into the deck, I guess, Galadrim's Greeting, and we want to arrange them in this order. That seems good. Refresh, and next round. Okay, Steward of Gondor, ready, Elrond. We're going to Vilya this Northern Tracker into play. And probably it's good to go ahead and play Faramir. Let's play Faramir. So willpower will not be an issue. We don't have to worry about sending allies that could be destroyed by Necromancer's Reach. So we've played our one ally, so we can't play another one. Let's ready Elrond. We're going to quest with the Northern Trackers. And so both of these locations leave play. And a little bit worried. We'll get healing out eventually, but I don't think I have to really quest with anybody. I don't really want to. Let's quest with Elrond. But we'll leave Erebor Hammersmith ready. And we reveal King Spider. When revealed, each player must choose and exhaust one hero he controls, or one character he controls, actually. Let's exhaust Bofur. And we'll exhaust Faramir to boost for 1, 2, 3. And we made 6 progress. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we could advance, but we have to grab an objective to do that. I just want to kind of set my board state up a little bit more. Okay, so we'll deal with King Spider. We'll optionally engage it, and he will attack for 3. And I think it might be smart to go ahead and just let's block that attack with Guldur and Gloria. And I want to save Beorn's health a little bit. So 3 against 3. And no shadow effect, and we destroy King Spider. All right, refresh. Next round. All right, let's use Gildur's action at this point in time, just because we had to use him to block that attack. So looking at the top 3 cards. All right, we want to swap out a card. We'll bring Vilya into our hand because we don't want to have to accidentally swap it out. We will Vilya this. I think that's good. Oh, we have to swap, don't we? So I will put into the deck we'll do that for now. Okay, so we're Vilya-ing Eagles of the Misty Mountain. And now we could play an ally, and I think we should. Let's play Dunedain Watcher. It's just good to have some shadow cancellation. All right, we will quest. And that's all we need. We don't really need a lot of progress. And I don't want to have to deal with a bunch of, damaged allies that I'll have to heal later on with Warden of Healing. Let's reveal Cavern Guardian, doomed 1. And we don't even have to exhaust Faramir. We've got plenty of progress here. So let's engage Cavern Guardian. He's going to attack for 2. And let's just defend with Faramir, shall we? And so Faramir block that. Beorn destroys Cavern Guardian. How many Necromancer's Reaches are in the discard pile? 2. So there's 1 more out there. And we're, again, not going to take these actions. And I didn't send Elrond on purpose because, I just didn't want him to be damaged potentially by a Necromancer's Reach. We don't need more progress at this point. Next round. Let's Vilya Ranger Spikes into play. Did I? Oh yeah, Elrond did not exhaust last round. I was like, why is he able to do all that? Why did I was thinking, why do I have a ready unexpected courage? Because he was not exhausted, so he did not. We readied him last round, but he never exhausted. All right, so we can play a singular ally, and I think we'll go ahead and spend 2 of Beorn's resources to put our 3rd Envoy of Pelagir into play and put a resource on a noble hero, which is Elrond. Not really sure why I'm delaying things at this point. I think we might could just make our... Well, it's because of the... I need some sort of healing before I move on, because I always want to grab the Shadow Key first, and I need healing. So once I get a healing card in, like a Warden of Healing or something like that, I'll feel more comfortable. However, maybe that's goofy, because at this point, Elrond, we don't have... I usually like to grab Shadow Key, but I could do this. Attached hero cannot attack or defend. I don't need Elrond for attack and defense. We ready him with one of these so he can Vilya. And then we ready him to quest. Yeah, so we'll just do that. Let's go ahead and finish the quest phase, though. That way we wait 1 round. Is that right? Yes, we could just deal with it. So let's go ahead and do it. Let's take an action, which is on Gandalf's map. Raise your threat by 2. Let's do that. to claim this objective when it is free of encounters. When claimed, attach Gandalf's map to a hero you control. We'll attach it to Elrond. And the downside of this is that the attached hero cannot attack or defend. If this is ever detached, we have to return Gandalf's map to the staging area. Okay, so we do have an objective, and so now we've made the necessary progress, plus we have an objective card, so we advance. Through the caverns, finding a hidden entrance to the dungeons of Dol Guldur at last, you attempt to make your way through the caverns beneath the hill, searching for your imprisoned friend. The denizens of this labyrinth stand in your way, while the jailers protect the prisoner. Response: after placing any number of progress tokens on this card, flip the prisoner, that's Glorfindel, flip him face up and place 1 damage token on it. This hero has been rescued and may now be used by its controller. We still can only play 1 ally. To advance, we need 15 progress, and we need to control all 3 objectives. All right, so remember, Elrond cannot attack or defend. But let's quest and just make some progress here, I think. We will quest with Elrond. Actually not. Yeah, let's do it. Just seeing if I have enough attack. How much is this? 9 plus 3 is 12, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, we're fine. Okay, we reveal Eyes of the Forest. Oh, shoot. Okay, so when revealed, each player discards all event cards in his hand. I should have played Galadrim Screening, but I didn't, so we lost it. 7 progress. And it says, after placing any number of progress tokens on this card, flip the prisoner hero face up and place 1 damage token on it. So Glorfindel has 1 damage. He's wounded from his time imprisoned. And so now this triggers force. When the prisoner is rescued, move Nazgul of Dol Guldur to the staging area. No attachments can be played on Nazgul of Dol Guldur, so he's not eligible. This says, if unattached, attach Ranger Spikes to the next eligible enemy. He's not eligible. So he is in staging. And we're going to go ahead and just get rid of him. We've not made enough progress to advance yet. We don't have our objectives either. But let's just ready or optionally engage Nazgul of Dol Guldur. It says, after a shadow effect dealt to Nazgul of Dol Guldur resolves, the engaged player must choose and discard 1 character he controls. So we're looking for shadow effects. That would be a bad thing. But let's defend with we're going to chump here. So let's defend. I'm trying to think, is there a way if Dol Guldur, I don't want to risk it. I don't remember if there's like anything that could boost this enemy to where it would really, really hurt Beorn. So it's going to attack for 4. Let's just chump with a Envoy of Pelargir. So 4 attack against the Envoy. Defending player raises his threat by the number of enemies with which he is engaged. So threat goes up by 1. Envoy leaves play. And this says shadow, or this card says, after a shadow effect dealt to Nazgul of Dol Guldur resolves, the engaged player must choose and discard 1 character he controls. Let's discard the Envoy of Pelargir that we have here. All right, and so just setting ourselves up here, let's use Guldur and Glorian's action, looking at the top 3 cards. And we would like, I think, to draw Erebor Hammersmith. Well, we have to change out a card, that's right. So let's do this. Oops, I can't seem to do things right here. Okay, we're going to pull into hand Erebor Hammersmith and then put Gandalf in here. And so what we'll do is we'll play Eagles of the Misty Mountain, will Vilya Gandalf into play. All right. So now we attack back. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And I think that's it. So we destroyed Nazgul of Dol Guldur. Does not go to victory display. And I should have exhausted Faramir a while back. I forgot about him. So we'd have more progress. 1, 2, 3, and 4. So we're at 11 progress. All right, we will refresh. And remember, the only negative part of this Gandalf's map is that the attached hero cannot attack or defend. Next round. And let's play 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's play another Eagles of the Misty Mountain. And then we're going to ready Elrond and Vilya, Gandalf into play. And let's lower our threat by 5. And so we've played our one ally that we can play. Let's just quest here. Just making enough progress to advance. And we don't even need to send Elrond, do we? We reveal Dungeon Jailer. He's going to get -1 threat. And so we made 8 progress. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we've cleared through the caverns, but players cannot advance to the next stage of this quest unless they have rescued the prisoner and have all 3 Escape from Dol Guldur objective cards. This forced effect says if Dungeon Jailer is in the staging area after the players have just quested unsuccessfully, shuffle 1 unclaimed objective card from the staging area back into the encounter deck. But we were not unsuccessful, so that's good. All right, let's go ahead and claim these objectives, but let's wait until the end of the round, though. So let's optionally engage Dungeon Jailer, and he's going to attack for 2. Let's defend with Beorn, 2 against 1. This says a shadow resolve the when revealed effect of the shackles, which just says when revealed, attach iron shackles to the top of the first player's deck. This counts as a condition attachment with the text. The next time a player would draw 1 or more cards from the attached deck, discard iron shackles instead. So we'll put that on top of the deck. And now that's 1 damage on Beorn. And Beorn plus, well, let's not attack back. We have an action window here to deal with. So let's use Guldur and Glorian to look at the top 3 cards. And in doing this, we can just not worry about iron shackles. We could draw this into our hand. The next time a player would draw 1 or more cards from the attached deck, discard. This says switch. So this is not drawing. So would we draw this into our hand? That's kind of bizarre. I don't really know the ruling. It's not going to matter, but let's switch out. I guess let's try it. We can draw this into our hand. That seems wrong. So again, we will, I guess we'll draw this into our hand, and let's just do it the right way. We'll put Vilya here. Okay, so we will attack and destroy Dungeon Jailer. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. You know, we got him. He goes to the victory display, and Ranger Spikes is discarded. We will refresh. And during the action window here in the refresh action window, let's go ahead and do these 2 shadow keys and the dungeon torch. Action, raise your threat by 2. To claim shadow key, we will attach it to Glorfindel. And so at the end of each round, attached hero suffers 1 damage. So per round, damage is going to be 1. Let's just automate that. And then again, this one, +2 threat. We have to raise our threat by 2 to claim this and attach it to a hero. And at the end of the round, raise each attached hero's controller's threat by 2. Let's put it on Glorfindel as well. So we've satisfied the conditions of Through the Caverns. We've made the progress. We have all 3 escape from Dol Guldur objectives. So we advance. We're in refresh action here. Out of the dungeons, following a thread of sunlight, you discover a cavern opening leading out through the side of the hill. Stationed outside the cave mouth, however, is a large group of orcs. Force, at the beginning of each quest phase, each player places the top card of his deck face down in front of him as if it just engaged him from the staging area. These cards are called Orc Guards, etc. To advance or to win the game, we have to make the necessary progress, and Nazgul of Dol Guldur cannot be in play. All right, so we will just discard Gandalf at the end of the round. And next round, this Iron Shackles thing is going to happen where we just weren't able to draw a card. And I'm pretty sure I didn't want to take the time to research, can this be drawn into your hand with Guldur? But that'd be interesting to see. It'd be easy to research. Let's go ahead and play Erebor Hammersmith from hand so that we can grab the topmost attachment from our discard pile. And we can put it out in staging. That'll be possibly helpful. And then we will... we never exhausted Elrond, so we can use Vilya to put out Elfhelm. And we'll ready Elrond. So let's quest. Including with allies, it could be destroyed. We'll even quest with Elfhelm. And actually, I messed up before we commit to the quest. Just so that we're doing it right. So at the beginning of the quest phase, we have to place the top card of our deck in front of us, and it's Vilya, face down, and it becomes an Orc Guard, which has a 1 hit point, 1 attack, 1 defense. And so, just slightly annoying, I guess. But let's quest. Beorn can't quest, or he could, but he can't be boosted by Faramir, so no reason to send him. We'll even quest with Glorfindel. We'll raise our threat. And we'll exhaust Faramir to boost for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Which would be 36. I think that's right. And we reveal King Spider. When revealed, each player must choose and exhaust 1 character he controls. We'll exhaust Beorn. And actually, because of Ranger Spikes, he's not contributing to this threat. We made 36 progress. And 1. That's it. Players cannot defeat the stage while Nazgul of Dol Guldur is in play. If the stage is defeated and Nazgul of Dol Guldur is not in play, the players have won the game. So we did. We won the game. So you can see that the regular Escape from Dol Guldur is not all that bad if you have cards to actually build with. It's just with the core set only. There's just not options. There's no Beorn, right? There's no Vilya. But, the card pool has grown to such a point that we can beat regular Escape from Dol Guldur. So I imagine after a few cycles, we could come back and beat Escape from Dol Guldur Nightmare. I'm assuming that the one deck by C-Stand, it's not tuned specifically for Escape from Dol Guldur Nightmare. So I'm sure there's a deck that can be built later on that just beats Escape from Dol Guldur Nightmare much more easily. But that'll be something we'll do maybe later in the progression somehow. But it's pretty cool to go back and actually have a victory against regular old Escape from Dol Guldur. So thanks for hanging in there with me. Hope you enjoyed the playthrough, and we'll be moving back to Against the Shadow. The next quest will be Assault on Osgiliath, a really short and easy quest in comparison to this one. So thanks for joining me. I hope you have a great day. Bye.